Guys, for the most part, the mill is restored. However, before I make chips, there's a couple things I need to address. I was able to find a used, excellent shaped handle for the knee, so I need to install that. Also, I could not get the T-nuts to go in, and once I flipped the thing over and took a look at it, there are some burrs down in there that have been raised, not by me, but from the previous owner, that need to be filed off of there in order for the T-slot to work. Also, the spring that I have on the door here needs to be changed. Yeah. So the spring on this little door, I got it to where it's just a little bit of movement there, but I'd like to get it to where it's kind of like this, where it's so tight that you have to pull it off of there. So I want to do that. Also, the overarm part that it goes in back here needs to be deburred because it still gets a little bit jammed back there, so I want to make sure I deburr that. Also, I was able to find that quarter 20, that little nut that I had lost, and I used a fatter nut, but I'm going to put that on there. So what I'll do is I'll take the change-o-matic gear box off, put that on there where it goes, and let's see what else. On the Gitz oiler on this side here, with the cover on here, it just does not fit when the Gitz oiler is up, so it's the wrong size. So right now I have it laid on its side, and I have to try to figure out how to source another one. And then there's the noise that the motor is making now. I think I know what that is. But just an adjustment there, or I might have to open up the motor, see if something's loose. I don't think it is, but those are the things I need to address before I can make some chips. So the first thing I'm going to do is to get the bed off of here. Oh, one other thing, I don't know if I put this, mentioned this, but I got this other part off of eBay, two parts. One is the graduated dial, and two is the correct plate down here. So I need to get these cleaned up and put on. So the first thing I'll do is get the bed off of here, get it deburred so I can at least use the T-slot. And once I can do that, then I can start addressing other things and hopefully start making some chips with this baby. So here we go. So this T-nut works perfect here. No problems at all. But then here, it gets stuck. So that's why I'm going through and deburring. A little progress. I see now it's going past a little spot here. So we'll keep on going all the way down till it can slide into there, like it slides into this T-slot on this side. One of the things I forgot last time was this little set screw, which is right down in here. And this set screw tightens up against that little brass piece. But like I said, I forgot to tighten this last time, so I'm going to leave pull the set screw back, and we'll get that thing on there and get everything tightened up. Okay, so this is that little brass piece I said that needs to go there. So we'll put that down in there. That goes there. Got this all ready to set up on the table. Now let's get that table on there. Throw some whey oil on everything that there. Let's get that whey oil on there. we'll get the table on there. Smoke. There, I'll slide mine on. There we go. That slides nice.
We cleaned it up down here.
Thanks, Kai.
You still got some things to clean though.
I know. I'm doing it a little bit at a time. This is the part that I got off of eBay that it's not 100% perfect, but first of all, it's the right part. Second of all, it fits. So, make sure we get those pins lined up. Okay. So this is not the exact washer that goes on there, but I'm going to put that on there because that's the one I have. And now we'll put on this thing. I'm going to be on the lookout for the correct washer spacer for that thing. Wonder, should I just take it off and let it ride on there? All right, here's one of the things that just sleeping on it can help you do. I know I have to change this, and what I need is a washer, and I don't know the spacer size. However, since I have to change this one anyway, might as well change this now, and then I can measure the washer. Turn this thing up so the key doesn't fall out. Oh, okay, key stayed in here. Good. So, taking this baby, well, I can leave that here. Okay. So what I can do here is measure the thickness of this, and it looks like about, oh, maybe 30 thousandths, but let's check it for real. Wow, 27 thousandths. How about that, ladies and germs, for eyeballing it? So I need to make this washer 28 thousandths thick and about that size. So I'll try to see if I can do that. Yikes, dudes. Guess it's never easy. Okay. Okay, so what's going on here is the thickness of this one is thicker than this one. So I am going to have to machine some of this off of there. Good thing I have a lathe. Getting a lot of work lately. Yeah, you can see that the old one is lower than the new one. So I'm going to take and knock a little bit of that off of there. Well, after a lot of filing there, our little T-nut slides in there nice, like it slid into here. Now I just want to see about how much I need to take off of here, so I'll just check that one, check that one. Looks about like 50 thousandths needs to come off. So we'll go take 50 thousandths off the other one. And after further review, that's 150 thousandths that need to come off of there. So let's get it off of there. Alrighty, got that on there. Got the gibs nice and secured again. Feels lovely. Alright, now back to the new one that I got. Let's see if we can get this baby on there. Now I notice some binding here in the knee, and I have to figure this out. Well, inside of there, there are these two screws on there holding that plate on, and that holds the whole front on. So I'm gonna see if I can get those out of there, get this thing fully apart. Well, it's now apparent to me that this material there is actually what held the oil. I thought it was sawdust, but it's something like that. And it is the wicking material for oil. So I'm going to try to stuff as much of this back in there as I can. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm going to use some felt to stuff in where the stuff that I pulled out. So right now, down in this bearing case, the stuff was all around the edges here, up in there, and I could see it down in the journal too. And down in there is a little slot, and I'm gonna go ahead and stuff it back down in there as best I can. And then I'm gonna put felt around here. So, and then I'm gonna load it up with oil. Okay, so where that used to sawdust stuff looked, and I started digging it, now there's felt on both sides. And I'm going to load that up with this machine oil, this sewing machine oil, and get this thing back together. Alright, so I oiled up the cork here, and I got this thing full of oil. Now let's get it back together. So nice. Okay, now we need to get their little cap back on it. Hammer that on there. Let me get a tool. You can kind of hear the felt in there running. Huh. Interesting. Well, I went in there and pulled some of the felt out because I didn't realize that's going to rub on it, the little holder thing. So, nice and beautiful now. No rubbing. Man, wouldn't you know it. 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. This little thing split when I was putting it back on. I got to figure out if I can solder that, or got some silver solder. I don't know. But I know that I can't get this part anywhere, so I'm going to have to try to fix this one or make another one out. My goodness gracious. Oh well, let's see what I can come up with. Alright, man, so this is what happened. I was tapping it on with this, and it was going on perfectly, but the outer diameter of this was starting to get stuck into the casing. It can't go down as far as it needs to. So I grabbed a little bit of punch, and I started tapping around here, and it just all of a sudden went on too easy, and I looked at it, and that's where the little break come in from me tapping it. Now it's just loosey-goosey. So that's why I'm going to have to see if I can figure out how to fix that. Bummer, bummer. Oh well, things happen. Well guys, I'm going to try to silver solder that. I bought some silver solder a while back. I don't know if this is going to work or not. And some flux. I wanted to use this for a different project. But I'm going to see if I can just get a little on the outside of that. Hold it tight with the vise. Just not super tight, but hold it snug so that it's tight enough. And then see if we can get it soldered up. So we'll get a little bit. I think I need that much on there. Hey guys, I apologize about the sound quality on this voiceover, but I wanted to give a massive shout out to Engineer 3D. He held my hand through the process of getting this motor back together. I really appreciate that. I want to give credit where credit is due. And Ghosties and Engineer 3D, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, it did solder. It's no longer round, but just needed to fit on there tight. So I'll go try to see if I can make it work. Alright. If that does not work, I've got another game plan I'm going to try. Let's see if we can get this on here. This time I've got something that should knock it down evenly all the way down. So here we go. Okay, good so far. Oop. Okie dokie. That's too loose. Okay, so I'm going to have to go with plan B. That's too bad. Okie doke. Okay, I may have come up with a solution to this problem. I was thinking, what can I do? So I looked around and thought about these clips here. And guys, I think this may work, because all I need this to do is be tight onto this shaft. And right now, it's just too loosey-goosey on there. So let's try this. I hope this works. Still loosey-goosey. Let's see if two of them will do the trick. Oh, that's better. I think that may do it. Okay. Yeah, that may do it. Let's give this a shot. Okay, let's go try it out on the machine. Okay, so I got some of that sewing machine oil in here. Now I'm just going to load up that material that, like I said, looks like wood, like sawdust. And it's absorbing it. Get some down here. Load this thing up. Alright, so this gets a lube there. Let's get this baby back together. There we go. Well guys, I'm going to try to be extremely gentle with this baby. Alright, I suppose now is the time to test it. So I hope I didn't destroy this beautiful motor. Well, wish me luck. All right, it works. All right, I didn't destroy it. Oh, that is, holy cow, what a relief that is. Okay. One more time. Quiet and smooth. Okay, let's get this motor back connected like it's supposed to. All right, here we go. Oh, it's so much better. All right, guys, that's a win. Okay, now that we've got the motor issue taken care of, I'm going to take care of using a wire wheel in this so that this slides better, and I'm going to replace that little 1/4 bolt, the correct one on there. So let's get this thing apart. Oh, there it is. Right in there, that's the one that's too big. That nut on there. So I'm going to get the correct nut in there. Well, I got that right there. Got that correct one on there. So let's get back on the change-o-matic. Well, on the knee, I was having trouble with these gears not quite meshing. So I've taken the knee off. I've readjusted that with the screw and the set screw, and it should be smooth now. Well, it wasn't smooth. I had to buy a new gear on eBay.
Chew on some of it, and it's really not getting there and hard. He had the right not to give you an example. John. That's not written in the Old Testament. That's not written in. Let me jump over the numbers.
Oh, guys, this is night and day. All right, the gear works, so it is nice and smooth now. No clunking. All right, no hard spot. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is crazy good. So this is the drawbar from my lathe that goes through there for the milling attachment. So what I needed, this little piece here, I thought when I had this off that it would fit, but when this got on there, it just wouldn't fit. So I needed to extend this. So what I did was made this extension. And now what I need to do is figure out my spacers here. And the way I'm going to do that is, so this is long enough now to clear this thing and to clear this thing, and it can now go through, and there it's touching the collet. And so when that gets pulled here, all right, I need another spacer, of a good 1 inch or so. So now that's, there we go. Now it's engaged with there. So that will touch in there. So just to have a couple threads, so about 1 inch spacer. Let's make it 1.25 inches. Well, I found another piece that I had tried to make a spacer at one time. Of course, it's the right diameter, and it fits on there. And this is a hodgepodge of spacers, but it works. Now we'll get everything lubed up and cut some chips. I have no idea if this is the correct way to do it, but I mounted this in here, and I'm going to try to mill it. I don't know the speeds or feeds. I'm just excited this together, and I'm going to try to cut some metal. So let's give it a shot. Well, well, my first run at it, guys. Here we go. Chips ahoy. Now guys, I'm just trying to cut. I didn't lock the axes that I wasn't using. I'm just seeing if this thing cuts, and it does. I've got a milling machine, boys and girls. That is success. Yay.